attempt to solidify the absolute. I'm your host, Trail Talk Nick. Today's talk: the narcissist knows what you can feel, you will consider real. Narcissists are absolute experts at manipulation. They will usually psychologically manipulate the people they're around to gain a sense of control and predominance. They need to feel absolute in their environments. This is part of their pathology of insecurity. This creates the need for overcompensations in their feelings of inadequacy. They manipulate you in their gross overcompensation and need to constantly control you. They manipulate the way you think. A great way to control the way you think is to control that in which you perceive as the real and absolute. The narcissist knows that what you emotionally feel, you will especially consider real. Those feelings hold empirical influence over your conscious experience. As the narcissist cognizantly perceives their own emotional experiences and become more aware of how to manipulate and control them, they will also consequentially become aware of similar processes and cycles taking place in your conscious experiential state. Because they need an absolute state of superiority to overcompensate in their gross feelings of inadequacy, they will seek to psychologically manipulate and control the society around them. You happened to show up in the society, causing them numerous narcissistic injuries. So they will put you on a special list. They will go into double time to regulate their emotions and control you. They want to gaslight your solidifications in this earthly realm. Your responses and feelings give them a neural map and attack plan for this. They want to develop certain feelings in you. These feelings will become very real to you. They will control your mind. They will do this especially by getting you to respond. They've got your neural map they've built by watching you and each emotional response. They want to then shape new emotional responses, your new appreciated reality. What becomes the absolute? It helps them regulate themselves, define your reality, and define themselves in a position of authority inside your reality. This is because the narcissist is so obsessed by externals, they can't let anyone get one up on them. Their entire life is engrossed in a gross reactional state. They want you right there with them, but of course, one beneath. One beneath them in the good old Matrix turtle tank. The land of psychic vampires and emotional glom zombies. A Pinocchio amusement park. They're fine with that as long as they get to feel superior and atop. Atop in some grossly validated delusional state. Delusions of feelings that they want to make real for everyone around them. Once this happens, they may actually finally feel safe. A world where they stay shining as the personification of the gold standard. A sad and pathetic validated illusion. They spend their miserable life shuffling to feel real in. An illusion they want you to feel is real as well. If I were you, I would spend my time focusing on the truth, not focusing on feeling they create what is real. Okay, so let me just kind of go back over this. So your emotional process is what they're trying to control here. Oh, and I wrote down actually techniques now because I wrote this a while ago, and I should probably do them sooner after I write them because there's notes on this thing. And so here it is. Here's some ways they can create an emotional response in you and control you. One is by love bombing. So I went through this experience with meeting this person, and then all of a sudden, I love you, right? And this was part of the quote unquote falling in love, but the feelings were definitely developed by bombarding me with that emotion, and love bombing. And a lot of the love bombing goes on in everyday society by people who want to control people. Just not the narcissist. Okay. Blame shifting, blame shame shifting. So Narcissists are expert at this, especially. They have a huge amount of shame, lack of accountability, and they feel like that all the time. They really do feel just kind of shameful. And a lot of times they're always trying to transfer that off on someone else to get out of it. That's how they deal with it. Especially people who injure them, and make them feel shameful. They're going to really go back to that person and push that shame off on them. Like, oh, you made me feel this shame, you take it. But the narcissist isn't so consciously aware of it. They're more doing it subconsciously as as I talked about, a coping mechanism. So they're going to do blame shifting on you. They're going to shame shift. And it's to create these feelings in you. They want you to feel that as the real. They want to solidify in that you should feel shameful. You should feel blameful. You should take that. You should deal with it. You should go down. You go deal with that, not me. I'm not the one that has to take any responsibility here. I'm not the one who has to be accountable and move forward in a different direction and take action. You do all that. And you feel that. And obviously, gaslighting is another technique. This truly, the gaslighting is to create feelings of doubt and hopelessness and despair. And so they want to not totally twist your reality, but they definitely want to make sure you're questioning it. And then this should eventually get you to feel some doubt, and then some despair, and then maybe even a little hopeless, because doubt and despair, they're like the precursor of feeling hopeless. And so the narcissist knows how to do that to you, and they know how to make you feel that, and they want to make you feel that, and they want it to become real to you, and they want to control and define your real, because once they have that, then they know how to create who they want you to be and put you where they want you to be, and then have you under their psychological subjugation and control via their abuse. And they know how to predominate the environment with these techniques. And it sounds very diabolical when it's explained so technically in detail. And sometimes it could just be simple manipulation too, these emotional control responses that just not narcissists use, people in general. And it could be kind of innocent, Even a kid could maybe do something like that, maybe try to control, playfully. So it's not so evil. But see, the deal with the narcissist is they're doing it in a very manipulative way. And it's to control, and it's to predominate. And they could go as so far to, psychologically manipulate and coerce, do so many things. And the narcissists, they become expert. And, as I'm saying here, it helps them regulate themselves. So not only are they abusing you, they're making themselves feel better by it, because they've become so messed up, unfortunately. And they need regulation. I was experienced with a narcissist recently, and I could tell they were just really going for that supply, that emotional regulation. You could tell it's I didn't really see them so conscious of it. Maybe they are, I don't know. The narcissists are not generally stupid people. They may be ignorant of things to validate their illusions, but they're not dumb, They're quite perceptive, and they can play games and be experts at a lot of things. So they can definitely teach you a thing or two. So again, this is a position of basically of an illusion. It's a situation built on illusions, on myth, and if it feels real for people, you know, that's good enough, is the point I'm trying to make. And so the narcissist wants to make this showboater appearance to get them feeling a certain way, people, to manipulate them. And they're always going to do that. They're always going to be trying to control people's feelings. And this is one of their techniques, you know. They roll like that. They're very manipulative people, and they're very good at it. And they want to create the real for you. They want to create and define your reality and who you are inside of it, and them as the superior in your reality. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the natural cycle. We appreciate you joining us. Please hit the like button, subscribe. If you want to go to the description in the video, you can find the merch store. Support the cycle. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy.